Alright guys, welcome back to another Opera Omnia video where we're going to take a look at Setzer, who is going to be getting his rework, his FR and BT weapons. Now we're going to take a look at his kit, we're going to go over the changes that he is going to be getting, and I'm going to let you guys know whether or not you should pull for this upcoming strong utility character in the upcoming banners, because Setzer offers a very good amount within his kit, and now that he's going to be getting his BT, he is definitely going to be or play a pretty big role in a lot of team comps, but we're gonna get into all that in this video. So do let me know down in the comment section below what your plans are going to be, if you're going to be pulling for his kit or not. Feel free to let me know, and as always, if you guys do enjoy the video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for future content, and with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into it. A big thank you, as always, to all of my YouTube members. Thank you so much for continuing to support what I do here on the channel. If you ever thought about becoming a member of the channel, you can either click the first link in the description below or the join button below right next to the subscribe button for details on what you can gain for becoming a member of the channel, and a big thank you ahead of time if you do decide to become one. So we'll first start off with Setzer's Rework. So his skill 1, Freeze Joker, now deals an AoE full HP attack 5 times. His skill 2, Red Card, now increases his Brave by 50% of own max Brave, then deals 6 HP attacks that delays targets by 1 turn and recovers 50% Brave in between HP attacks. His EX now allows for 250% stolen max Brave overflow. His Blackjack buff grants Brave regen by 150% of initial Brave and adds a 30% HP damage up. His LD now deals an AoE full HP attack 7 times. His Fixed Dice buff adds party Brave gains up by 20%. Now with Barrett as his partner, Setzer's FR grants the Fixed Dice buff to himself for 12 turns, grants the same buff to the teammates for 6 turns, then deals an AoE splits HP attack 4 times. While active, and whenever you break or attack a broken target, the party gains a 50% HP damage up / HP damage cap up. Now his FR conditions are as follows: a 40% increase whenever a teammate deals 9999 or more Brave damage with 1 hit, and a 30% increase whenever a teammate turn passes with enemy being broken or at 0 Brave. Now Setzer's BT effect is randomized between 6 turns up to 12 turns and provides the following. The party has a 70% chance to deal max HP damage during HP attacks. They also gain a 20% party Brave damage cap up and a 30% HP damage cap up. So let's talk about whether or not you should pull for Setzer. Now Setzer is a very strong utility character with his freeze debuff from his skill 1, which makes it so the enemies cannot gain any Brave whatsoever. That is a debuff that I use constantly because and especially if you know that the enemies are going to constantly attack you with HP attacks, then best believe that that is going to save your butt, because it is going to prevent them from gaining any Brave whatsoever. His skill 2 is able to delay all enemies by 1 turn. His EX is able to battery the party a little bit. His LD is able to provide a buff which grants you a 50% chance, and it does lower as the buff as the turn count on the buff goes down. The chances of you being able to deal capped Brave damage does decrease little by little, but in general though, having that buff active can actually be very convenient, because of the fact that, like, let's say for example the enemies all of a sudden gain a crap ton of Brave, and let's say the freeze debuff from Setzer expires, then having that buff active on your teammates is going to be very helpful, because it will allow you to, even if it's not 50% chance, you still have a chance to be able to deal capped Brave damage, and hopefully being able to help you in shaving off that big amount of Brave that the enemy has. Or you can use it for yourself, and that way you are able to deal the highest amounts of HP damage after all of the Brave damage that you are going to be dealing onto the enemy. So yeah, you do have a few ways to take advantage of that Fixed Dice buff. Now, his BT is where it really makes him a strong utility character, because that BT, the BT effect, the lowest that it can go is 6 turns, but the highest it can go is at 12 turns. It is randomized. It will, like, the amount of turns that it is going to be will always be different every time that you activate his BT effect. And the fact that it allows you, and basically his LD and his BT especially, basically works around the type of character that Setzer is, which he is a gambler. So with that being said, his BT effect allows you to have a 70% chance to be able to deal the highest amount of damage that you are able to deal. Now, that percentage does not go down whatsoever, so it is not the same buff or the same type of effect that his LD buff that he grants to his teammates happens. Like, it's not going to go down in the chances. It will always be at that 70%. So it is a very convenient BT effect. Yes, it doesn't provide big party ores that most BT effects provide nowadays. Like, it only provides 2 things outside of being able to have that 70% chance to deal the highest amount of HP damage. Yeah, but the thing is though, like, you're really not focusing on that part when it comes to his BT effect. It is mostly going to be the fact that you have yourself a much higher chance of being able to deal some very high numbers with Setzer on the team. Now, the reason why, this may be a hot take for some players, but like, the reason why I would actually prefer the reason why I would prefer Setzer over Quina is because, one, there is actually, and there's not even a chance, but like, it's kind of close, because Quina's BT effect lasts for 5 turns. The lowest that Setzer's can go is 6 turns, but there still is a chance that I could have the duration of the BT effect lasts much longer. That's one of my reasons why I would prefer Setzer over Quina. The other reason is because even though Quina has those lovely traps that you can actually take advantage of with off-turn damage, Setzer is more of the character where he is for offensive type teams where you are ready to just straight up clap the enemies right there and then. And he's like one of those characters that you would easily pair up with speedy characters, off-turn damage dealers as well would definitely like to take advantage of his BT effect. Just overall in general, like those like offensive type teams where you are just going in, then Setzer is a really good character to have on that. And yeah, Quina, again, the differences between Quina and Setzer, I mean, it's pretty obvious, right? Like, because you have to deal with a little bit of RNG with Setzer, but with Quina, you do not. But that BT effect duration is short at only 5 turns. So for me, myself, and again, this probably does sound like a hot take, but this is just how I feel about him. I would actually prefer Setzer over Quina any day, because not only do I have that chance of being able to deal the highest amount of HP damage, but I also get to take advantage of the other utility that Setzer does offer with his freeze debuff, with his LD buff, so on and so forth. So for me, myself, let's say if you recently started playing the game, Setzer would be an excellent and a must pull for you if you want to make your teammates deal very high amounts of brave damage, HP damage, and you can take advantage of the rest of the utility that Setzer does have to offer. For those who do have Quina, Setzer is pretty optional for you. Like, if you are good to go with Quina, if you are comfortable with Quina, if you do not care at all for what I said or for what I have mentioned so far with Setzer and what he does have to offer, then you would be fine without having Setzer on the team. If you are good with being able to deal strong brave damage, you don't have to worry about anything when it comes to your team setups that you have already done, so on and so forth, then I would say Setzer can be a pretty good pass for you, and you can continue saving your resources. But definitely for any newer player who recently just started and you want to have a similar effect to Quina, even though there is a little bit of RNG on it, then Setzer is definitely a very strong choice to consider pulling for. Now, Kane is not going to be getting any changes or anything like that. He's not going to be getting his FR Echo to probably about like 5-6 months, whatever the time difference is between JP and global, so it's going to be a while until he gets that, but he's still a very strong follow-up attacker. You may more than likely be using other characters, but overall in general though, like Kane, Kane can still definitely be worked in certain team comps, or even for any future Dare to Defies that Global wants to go ahead and hit us with. But yeah, Kane is also like optional if you do need him, but he's actually, I don't really think he's bad whatsoever. He can definitely still be used to this day on Global Default. But other than that though, guys, that's pretty much going to be it for the video. That's really all that. Oh, I guess one thing that I did want to talk about, his FR. His FR is very well-rounded because like he is literally able to help you out with all of the conditions, so it'll be very, very easy for you to be able to spam FR Echo so long as the enemy doesn't have any Brave, and so long as you are dealing over 9,999 in Brave damage, then you'll be good to go. Like you can easily increase his force time very, very easily. So, but other than that though, guys, that's pretty much gonna be it for the video. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Let me know what you guys think about my hot take. And as always, if you guys do enjoy the video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for future content. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one.